Hey dear viewers and followers, hope you guys are doing okay, guys. Today I came across a video named Empty Houses and Fake Businesses. Um, I do like the channel that made it, so I subscribed. It's RFTKOHIAH. So yeah, guys, it's about empty houses and fake businesses. And what I did research about, that was I think in 2019, already 6 years ago, even though time doesn't exist. But for the sake of argument, I went there with the metro to certain places, one of the richest areas where I live. Predominantly European neighborhood. You have buildings there for almost 5 million euros. 4.5 million is the most expensive there. And I remember, guys, always having a eerie feeling passing through one of those buildings, guys. I always had, when you pass by a building or a house and you feel like this emptiness, you feel like this void, And I walked there, and the thing that got to me, pardon me, was that I always used to see a real estate agent, like a broker, sitting in a building of 4 floors, but yet only using the main floor, downstairs. And I was always thinking to myself, even before the so-called housing problem, and which doesn't really exist because they create everything, and the immigrant problems. I remember always thinking to myself that something's off about this. I mean, because it doesn't make sense. Because why not have the guy work in just one floor? Because I do understand you need some space if you're working like a real estate agent, but one space and then above him, houses for people or something else. So they create these problems so that you have certain ethnicities hating each other. Because now the Dutch folks, the European Dutch folks here, think that the problem is because of foreigners coming here, but that's not true. This housing problem has always been here because the elites do that. And the fake king, he's not my king, he can go screw himself, but the fake king of the bots lies about everything and tries to manipulate everything. I think he has the power to use those buildings, offices for himself. And what happens is when you don't pay the rent or things, you don't do the things accordingly, they put you out of your house. But they themselves, is the government won't put themselves outside, obviously. They control everything. So even if it's not paid, they can take away the debt, so-called debt. But for you to keep the illusion going, if you don't pay, they really put you out. So it's just to keep you in fear and bondage, guys. All these things are created. There's no such thing as shortages or problems. It's just to keep you in a state of lack. For you to think, hey, if I screw up, I'll be on the streets. And majority of the bots are afraid to sleep outside, to become homeless. So what do people do then? They comply. You have to look at the audacity of these people. It's already against nature for a human being to live in between cement, 4 walls, but then you have to pay also, and very expensive also nowadays. So look at the nerve on these people. So that's why I keep telling you guys, do your research. I remember it was freezing cold. I went outside, took the metro. I went to all those places, guys, and all of them were abandoned. Even where I live here, I'm not gonna say where I live, but even where I live, before entering just now, I saw all the other buildings here. You don't see no lights there. You're thinking to yourself, but are people really living there? But they're not living there. It's just to give you the idea that it's really crowded, but it's really just a hoax, guys. There are not a lot of people as you think. So the depopulation plan is a scam. There are not that much people here. Remember, and definitely not humans like us, those who really have a soul. So yeah, guys, it's just to give you the illusion that it's populated, guys. Literally, try it in wherever you live in the world, wherever you're listening from. Try to test this. You will see. Even during the day, sometimes I walk here where I live. It's like nothing is happening. I'm thinking to myself, but how can I live in a street and am I the only one? And then what I noticed because or else it would be too obvious to make you think that it's really real. They do place 2 or 3 people around you where you can see the lights on. and where there's so-called activity, noises, bumping on the walls, to give you the illusion that you're not alone, guys. Can I really give you my honest 2 cents? I think that some people are literally contracted to just walk in those houses, in those buildings, and to make you for that way, so you can see it visually, to fool you that there's really people living there. But I think once you leave, they leave with you, and that's that. I think, guys, to be honest, maybe we live completely alone or with 2 or 3 people there, guys. It's a hoax what you see outside. Most of the places are empty.